India Cybersecurity Analyst, Vulnerability Data Analysis and Prioritization. Introduction. Welcome to the Vulnerability Data Analysis and Prioritization Practice Lab. In this module, you will be provided with key instructions and devices needed to develop your hands-on skills. Learning outcomes. In this module, you will complete the following exercise. Exercise 1, Common Vulnerability Scoring System Calculator. Exercise 2, Detecting Web Applications Vulnerability. After completing this module, you should be able to determine the severity of a discovered vulnerability and detect web application vulnerabilities and analyze the result. Exam objectives. The following exam objectives are covered in this module. Given a scenario, analyze data to prioritize vulnerabilities. And lastly, given a scenario, recommend controls to mitigate attacks and software vulnerabilities. Lab duration. It will take approximately 1 hour to complete this lab. For more information on using Practice Lab, please see our help and support page. You can raise a technical support ticket from this page. Click next. So, lab topology. During your session, you will have access to the following lab configuration. Depending on the exercise, you may or may not use all of the device, but they are shown here in the layout to get an overall understanding of the topology of the lab. So ACI DC01, ACI DM01, ACI Win11, ACI Alma, and ACI Kali. So exercise 1, Common Vulnerability Scoring System or CVSS Calculator. As a cybersecurity analyst, the severity of a discovered vulnerability needs to be evaluated. The common vulnerability scoring system can be used to measure the severity of the discovered vulnerability. In the exercise, the common vulnerability scoring system calculator will be used to better understand how to evaluate the impact of a discovered vulnerability. So, learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to determine the severity of a discovered vulnerability. Your devices. You will be using the following devices on this lab. Please power this on now. ACI DC01, ACI Win11. So task 1, determine the severity of a discovered vulnerability. And this task, the CVSS calculator will be used to measure the severity of a discovered vulnerability. Connect to ACI Win11, open Microsoft Edge from the taskbar. Step 2, in Microsoft Edge, browse to the following URL. Note, the National Vulnerability Database can be used to investigate discovered vulnerability and contains common vulnerability and exposure or CVEX. In the Microsoft Edge, scroll down the web page and locate NVD vulnerability. What's that? Ano yun? Locate the NVD vulnerability severity ratings. Ito pala. Note, the website gives more information on how the severity rating score is calculated and can be used to determine the severity of a discovered vulnerability. So in click NVDCVSS version 3 calculator in the Microsoft Edge. Step 5. Scroll down the web page and locate the base score metrics pane. Here. Note, the common vulnerability scoring system comprises of different components used to calculate the severity of a discovered vulnerability. The following are the different categories. Base score metrics. This represents the basic components of the discovered vulnerability and consists of two subcategories, exploitability and impact metrics. Where exploitability metrics measures the ease of how vulnerability can be exploited, and impact metrics measures the impact the exploited vulnerability will have on the specific component. Temporal score metrics. This consists of three subcategories: exploit, code maturity, redemption level, and report confidence for the discovered vulnerability. Environmental score metrics. This metric consists of the importance of the affected components and is measured in terms of the security measures currently in place. The website can be used to investigate further on how these scores can be calculated. So in the Edge or Microsoft Edge, in the base score metrics pane, select the following. So exploitability metrics, attack vector, network, attack complicity, low, privilege, required PR, ay, low, user interaction, required, scope, change, impact metrics, confidentiality, impact low, integrity impact low, then availability impact low. So step 7, in the Microsoft Edge, scroll up the web page in the top section. There. Nakita niyo yan. Depending on the selected fields, the score for the discovered vulnerability will change accordingly. So step 8, in the Microsoft Edge browser, locate the temporal score metrics pane. Uh, Bakit ka nagdire-diretso? In the temporal score metrics pane, select the following: exploit code maturity, functional, huh? Functional exploit, exist, redemption level or RL, official fix, and then confidence or report confidence, reasonable. So step 10, scroll up in the Microsoft Edge to the top section. Note, manipulating the temporal section has affected the score when compared to the previous step. Depending on the discovered vulnerability, The different sections can be changed accordingly. So step 11, in the Microsoft Edge browser, locate the environmental score metrics pane. Several other variables can be selected depending on the discovered vulnerability in the environmental score metrics pane. Selecting these variables will impact the overall scores of the CVSS. The site can be used to explore and investigate different vulnerabilities and determine the CVSS score. So close the Microsoft Edge browser. So exercise 2, detecting web application vulnerabilities. As cybersecurity analyst, it is essential to regularly assess the infrastructure vulnerability. Web application used by an organization might be vulnerable to exploits and must be included in these vulnerability assessments. Several applications are available to conduct these types of assessment and also provide a common vulnerability score to provide more details on the detected vulnerabilities. In this exercise, the Nessus application will be used to conduct a web application vulnerability assessment and analyze the result. After completing this exercise, you should be able to detect web application vulnerabilities and analyze the result. Your devices. You will be using the following devices on this lab. Please power this on now. ACI DC01, ACI DM01, and ACI Alma. So detect web application vulnerabilities and analyze the result. In this task, the Nessus application will be used to conduct a web application vulnerability scan. Connect to ACID M01, click Start and type SAMP control panel. So ensure that the Apache and MySQL services have started successfully. So connect to ACI Alma and select terminal from the activities. In the ACI admin at localhost terminal window, type the following and press enter. Sudo opt slash nessus slash sbin slash nessus password. So note, the executed command will start the necessary devices and compile the needed plugins for the Nessus application. The process will take a couple of minutes to complete. Click Activities and select Firefox. So in the Firefox browser, browse to the following URL. So HTTPS local host 8834. Then click Advanced. Then select Accept the risk and continue. So step 8, select the populated credentials on the Nessus Essential login page and click Sign In. Close the Welcome to Nessus Essential pop-up window. In the My Scan pane, click Create a new scan. Where's that? Yeah. In the Scan Templates pane, scroll down if needed and select Web Application Test. Step 12. In a new scan or web application test pane, complete the following field. So, in a new user scan or web application test pane, complete the following field. So, name, ACI EM01, web application scan targets, 292.168.0.2. So step 3, click the drop down arrow next to save and select launch. In the My Scan pane, click ECIDSM web application. The scan will take a while. The scan will take a while to reflect the result. Please let the scan run for up to 3 minutes before proceeding to the next step. The web application scan will take a few minutes to complete. So in the Vulnerabilities tab, click the Critical Apache 2.4x 2.4. The detected vulnerabilities for the web application hosted on the ECIDM01 host are displayed. The Nessus application provides the CVSS score for the detected vulnerabilities, and it can be seen that the critical detected vulnerabilities had a score of 9.0. Back to the vulnerabilities on the ECIDM web application scan. By selecting the detected vulnerabilities, the Nessus application provided suggestions on how the vulnerability can be remediated. Can be noted that the CVE number for the detected vulnerability is noted and can be cross-referenced by the cybersecurity analysts. These results can also be incorporated into a vulnerability scan report. Select medium CGI abuses in the vulnerability pane. Review the result of the detected vulnerability. Click back to vulnerabilities. So note, the web application hosted on the HIDM01 host was intentionally created with several vulnerabilities. Several other detected vulnerabilities can be investigated. So in the ACIDM01 web application scan, scroll to the right. Once the scan has been completed, Nessus generates a diagram with the result. Keep all devices that you have covered on in their current state and proceed with the review section. So review, well done. You have completed the vulnerability data analysis and prioritization practice lab. You completed the following exercise. Exercise 1, common vulnerability scoring system. Calculator. Exercise 2, detecting web application vulnerabilities. You should now be able to determine the severity of a discovered vulnerability, detect web application vulnerabilities, and analyze the result. So submit and feedback. Shut down all the virtual machines using this lab. Alternately, you can log out the platform. So done.